We should be live now. Uh, Let me just make sure, by getting my tablet here. Uh, it will be a moment. But, how are you guys doing? Let me just check. Okay, we're live. That's good. Yeah. So how do we sound real quick before I fully all continue? Okay, it looks like we sound good, so just making sure. Okay, so how are you guys doing today? So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm doing this stream now. I was gonna do the stream tomorrow. I was gonna do the stream tomorrow, talking about times I almost died. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. I need money, specifically $1. I just want $1. That's it. Because the YouTube Nillis gave out $20 yesterday, and YouTube took like a 60% cut. So I for the $100 minimum, I have $99.86. That's it. I need like a dollar to get to the minimum so I could afford Xenoblade X and something else, maybe Mario Party. I don't know. I was also kind of thinking Breath of the Wild on Switch. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that up front, but I'm not gonna just beg for it. I'm gonna work for it by telling you guys the times I almost died, which I have a story here, or I have a couple of stories here, actually. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stories here of times I almost died. Now, to be completely real also about this, there's only like 2 or 3 times I actually almost died. The other times are like stuff that, I could have died in the wrong circumstances. I don't know. I'll explain it when we get to it, but we're gonna start off with the biggie here, the actual main one where I almost actually did die, which was when I was about to drown. Um, yeah. Now some context, real quick. Speaking of Nilla, shout outs to him for becoming a YouTube member, the $10 tier. Shout outs to you, Nillis. Yeah, I forgot to shout him out yesterday. Anyway, let's talk about the first time, the biggie one where I almost died here. So here's the thing. So here's some context, okay? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted, so the first time I almost died was in well, the first story here that really did almost happen was in 8th grade. There was a school field trip where I kind of, oh no, was it 8th grade or 7th grade? It was 7th grade. God, I don't remember. No, wait. It was 8th grade. Okay, sorry, I'm just 8th grade. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it was one of the two, but I'm pretty sure it was 8th grade. Anyway, there was a school field trip where we went to a place nearby that had like a pool and like slides. It was like a whole kind of like an amusement park kind of thing, but like it was mostly focused on the pool stuff. So there's that. And I went, everyone in school went basically, except they signed a permission slip. But I went in particular with this girl that I've told you guys many times if you've been here in the channel before, Clarissa, Jehovah's Witness, blah, blah, blah. We liked each other. We couldn't date, all that stuff. I talked about it before. But I went with her. Basically, we kind of hung out in this thing, in this like pool thing or whatever. C and me, we didn't, there were people that brought like clothes to like go in the pool or whatever. I kind of did, but like it was mostly just the normal stuff. I think I wore all black clothes or whatever for the pool, but like it was really nothing, and she didn't bring anything. She was kind of uncomfortable about it, which is totally fine. Anyway, we went or whatever, we hung out, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go in the pool, so I left her for like a couple minutes to go in the pool and to see if I can do it, to see if I can, because I've never had I don't know how to swim or whatever. I thought it would be fine because the water, like the edge of it, was like you could stand on the thing, So I would be in the pool, but I would be standing on the on a floor or whatever. So I thought it would be fine, if I just stayed on the edge. So I'm like, you know what, let me do it, even though don't know how to swim. So I did that. I went, and then suddenly a lot of people came in. Like there were already people in the pool, right? But like some of them came towards me, and then that caused me to get pushed into the main water where there's no steps there. So I was like, oh no. And I tried to get out, and I just started to, well, drown. I started to like, oh my god, I can't get out. So I was like, oh my god, like my life was flashing my life was flashing before my eyes. Like it was all wet, like, oh my god, like this is gonna be the end of me, isn't it? And then luckily, thank god, Clarissa, her friends saw me, and then they got me out. Two of them specifically, they got me out, and I was thankful for them, because oh my god, it would have probably been dead otherwise, or at least gotten really majorly hurt. Like I had some water, like I wasn't like, like I could still kind of breathe, and I had a little bit of water in my like throat, but overall I was okay. um but if they didn't come in, I would have been maybe sent to the hospital, or something worse. So yeah, I'm glad they came in. And after that, I did not go to the pool again for the rest of the day we were there. I just hung out with Clarissa. So yeah, that was scary. So yeah, that was like one of the major times I almost died, because oh my god, if like it's just because I thought it would be safe in the shallow water, and I never done it before, and oh my god, my god. Hey, James talks games. Oh, that's you, peepers, right? That's you. On your other channel or whatever. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay, your alt account right now. Can I? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just checking something. Anyway, I see. Anyway, sorry, that's the major time I almost died, but it's not the first time I almost died. In fact, there's like two other times where it was like kind of scary. So, also before we continue, I will say, can I please have a donation for $1? Someone, I need 14 more cents to to get Xenoblade X and something else for Switch. I can't believe YouTube. It's so weird how YouTube, like if you're on an Apple device or whatever, they take 30%. YouTube takes 30%. So if someone donates like $10 on an Apple device, YouTube takes like technically 60%. So that's like what, $4? Oh my god. So can someone donate $1 so I could get apps? That's the main reason I'm doing this. So again, but I'm not gonna just beg for it. I'm gonna work for it. By showcasing my next story here, which is about a car accident which happened when I was like really young, like around 5 years old. Uh, I'll, I don't have a Slim Jim right now. Can I eat an apple or a fudge bar? I could eat that. I don't have a Slim Jim right now. We're out of Slim Jims. Yeah, an apple. Okay, fine. I'll go. Well, donate, and then look. I'm true to my word. I have done this stuff before. You can donate, and I will go get an apple. But I'm true to my word. I've done this before. But in the meantime, I'll talk about this car accident thing. So, I don't remember exactly the specifics of this, but I do know that it happened like around like I was 5 years old. I believe we were just coming back from like some sort of vacation, me and my family. My dad was driving, and my dad around that point, or when I was like when I was like 5, and then he passed away when I was 6. But like for that year, he was starting to become a little bit he started to like lose himself a little bit in terms of his like motor skills, you know, his like movement stuff. Like you know, he was still pretty sharp in the mind, but like you know, his like body was like starting to be like a little bit bad for him, because he had like I think liver something to do with a liver disease thing. Anyway, so I believe we were coming back from like some sort of vacation thing, and what happened was that I believe we were in the highway near our city or whatever, and I remember this to some extent. Well, he became a okay. Well, well, you just got a well. I guess that's a donation, kind of technically, right? I mean, that's money. So, okay. Well, thank you. Well, Peepers, but I'll just say James for the thing. So let me go get an apple. Then I'll go get an apple because that is basically a donation. So let me go get an apple. I'll be right back, guys. I'll continue the story in a bit. Okay, guys, I got the apple here. I got an apple. Yeah, just call you Peepers. Okay, so here you go. Here's the apple for proof. I'm gonna be eating it while I am talking about the story. So, where were we? Okay, yeah, I remember vividly where this happened. Where okay, hang on, let me breathe for a second. I'll take a bite. I actually have a ton of apples, but we haven't eaten them. My brother got them. So true. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, I remember, I think my dad was like falling asleep or something happened where he kind of lost control of the car. And in the freeway, luckily it was in a little less of a packed area, but it was still part of the freeway. I remember we flipped over the car. I remember seeing this. We flipped over like a couple of times. And I'm surprised like no one like you know it was me, my mom and dad. No one died, you know. No everyone was fine. And like I don't remember any accidents like I got hurt. Maybe they did. I don't know, but I don't remember any of that. But I do remember the car flipping, and it was like scary. I wish I could remember more details about this thing, but I do know it happened. And yeah, like I just hold on. Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but I believe we had to call someone to help get us from that place to our house because it was relatively close to our house. Like, like we were back in the city, you know. So it was kind of close, not really, but kind of, at least closer than we were before, which I think we were in a different state for some sort of vacation. Anyway, there was that, and then we had to get a new car. I think, God, or maybe we had to repair the car. I wish I remember the details. All I can say is I know this happened. I remember it happening, but I wish I could remember the details exactly of that. Num num. So, Peepers, I'm pretty sure thanks to you, now we do have the. Well, actually, no, I think no matter what, I think we do have the the money to get Xenoblade X on Switch. So, thank you. Anyway, what's the next story we have here? Oh, this one. You're welcome, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I just needed $1 because if you saw my community post, I again $99.86. I just needed 14 more cents. My God, because YouTube loves taking a bigger cut. Anyway, I'm gonna try to eat this apple. Like it takes a little while to eat an apple. I'm gonna try to eat it periodically. Anyway, let me tell you guys the next story here. Which this is like a plot twist story. So let me tell you guys. So this was in, I believe, second grade of elementary school. I there was we were learning about something, whatever second graders learn or whatever. Um and I remember early on in the day, like at 9, we went to school like at 7:30 a.m. Around like 9 a.m. we got a drill for some sort of school. Those drills where you're like, oh, this drill was like, oh, turn off the lights, cover the blinds, close the doors, lock the doors, and then hide in the corner or whatever. So this was a drill, right? Initially, again, this is where a plot twist happens. So we waited there, right? We wait there and we wait for hours. This is the longest drill I've ever seen, because it lasted like, I want to say 4 hours. I think until like 2 p.m. or whatever. Like it lasted like quite a bit. Just taking a bite of this apple real quick. So anyway, we lasted there, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Everyone in the class was like, what the heck is going on? We had no idea why this was taking so long. And finally, the drill ended. Again, drill at 2 p.m. And they just said, thank you for your patience. That's literally it. It lasted like 4 hours. And then they say that, like, what the heck? Why did it take so long? No, I know. That's why I'm saying drill. I'll get to that in a bit. Usually drills in my school lasted at most 20 minutes, at most, because our school is big. But this one lasted far, far longer, 4 hours. And we found out, I believe the next day, we found out, or like in the news, I'm pretty sure the school did not tell us anything. On the news, we found out that there was a guy trying to get into the school multiple times. He didn't get into the school at all, but he was trying multiple times to get into the school. And for some reason, the police did not come um, for a while. I think because it was a drill and they wanted to keep the students like safe or whatever, and they didn't want to cause an alarm, because I believe it was only just one guy, but he kept trying to get in multiple times. And that's what caused the thing to spend like 4 hours. Yeah. So it was a drill at first. I believe what happened was it was a drill at first, and then the guy came in during the drill period, and that's what caused it to extend it so much until I believe the police finally came towards later on, like at round 2, and then that's what they said. Oh yeah, everything's fine. So, yeah. That was insane, that this happened to me. I don't think the guy had anything like dangerous on him, like a gun, but again, he was trying to get in. He was like kind of aggressive about it from what I remember. So, yeah, I'm glad we were fine, but still, like, why didn't they say anything about the drill? Like, what the heck? Why didn't they say, oh, we had a situation? They at least say that. We had a situation, but everything's fine now. They'll say that. But they didn't. They just said, okay, the drill's over. Thanks for cooperating or whatever. I'm pretty sure. No, I don't remember his motive. I think I remember this might have been a rumor. I don't remember exactly, but I think there was like a rumor going on that he wanted to see one of his kids or whatever. Like he might have been like kind of like a deadbeat dad or something. And he wanted to see one of his kids. But they wouldn't let him in, and then so I don't know exactly, man. I don't remember exactly. I don't think he was dangerous, but it was still like, were trying to break in. Yeah, I think it had something to do with one of his kids, but I don't know exactly. I think that was a rumor, but. Oh, by the way, if well, hold on. It's probably not polite to eat while you're talking. Anyway, I decided to change the member emojis a little bit. I had a socked emoji, and and what happened was the socked emoji. It was a Mario thing. I decided to replace that with the bird emoji. My bird. That's the emoji of that. And then the what was the bird one originally? WTF, I think that was the one. I decided to replace that one with the bald guy, the one that's staring at you in the face, like, or whatever. Um, Specifically recommended from Caroline, another one of our mods slash members, who was like, "Where's the bald guy? I missed him." So I brought him back. I just replaced Mario. So there you go. Yeah, bald man. There you go. Mm. Now we got this next story where this one is like kind of not really a death, almost death, but like it's still relevant in that it did a. Okay, let me explain. So there's actually two times I want to talk about here in this one story. Ooh, two for one special. So this happened. The first time this happened was around, I want to say, 9 years old, maybe 10. I don't know. It was relatively young. And then the second story happens way later, when I was in 12th grade. Uh, so anyway, the first time was around 10 years old, where again, this is not much of a story at all. I apologize, but it is kind of relevant in that I was going upstairs. I live up here. I live upstairs here. But before I didn't. I lived downstairs with my mom and brother. But I went upstairs to go get something. I think something in my room or something. I used to do more story times. You're good at telling stories. Used to do commentaries over gameplay. I have done a couple story times. The thing time. Weirdest dreams I've had. What was the other one? I think I did 3 of these streams before, but I definitely want to do more. And I thought that also shorts as well. I talk about stories. Dreams, crazy things I did in school. I remember what the other one was. Anyway, I did some of these before, but I definitely want to do more. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, again, not much of a story, but I went to go get something upstairs, right? I come down, and I believe I was eating like a candy or something, some sort of chocolate, chocolate. I was eating it when I was upstairs, and then when I came down, I kind of was like running, and I fell, and I fell like a decent way through the floor, like down the stairs, and that caused me to get a little bit of traumatized because again I didn't really almost die, but look, this is how I viewed it. Look, because my dad died falling down the stairs. He had the liver issue, but he died coming down the stairs because he lost his balance. And it was on my birthday, 6 years old, that this happened to him. I saw him lying on the floor with blood all over. He didn't die there, but he died on the way to the hospital, or like on the hospital, but he was like losing a lot of blood there. So when I fell, I was like very traumatized because this same thing could have been me, where I luckily I didn't like, I got a bit bruised up or whatever, and but I don't, nothing like, no blood or whatever came out or whatever, but that's just a thing where I'm like, oh, that could have been me. It was more of a context thing where my dad experienced this, and and my mom was like really worried, like, oh my god, be careful or whatever. uh, yeah, may he rest in peace. Yeah. I miss him still. He was a good dad, man. If you know Bluey, Bandit, he's basically like Bandit. He was a great dad. I'm gonna remember a lot of stuff about him. Anyway, Sorry. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so there's that. Not really a time I almost died, but like a context thing where I felt like I could have died. This one was a little bit more extreme. Still not death worthy, but it was like a major accident. This happened on the first, I believe the first. Wait, hold on. Yeah, the first day of 12th grade, the first day of 12th grade, um, I went to, it was like, it was kind of a bit stressful because, there was like, this was around the time, or was it 11th grade? Wait. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Wait, it might have been 11th grade. I think I don't remember exactly. It was one of the two. Hold on. Let me think while I eat my apple. No. It was 12th grade. Apples make you think. Okay. 12th grade. So, this was like 2 days before I was supposed to have my autism diagnosis. I wasn't diagnosed with autism until 12th grade. And, wait. Actually, was it 12th grade? Okay, it was around them, 11th, 12th grade, whatever. Because I was diagnosed at 16, and that doesn't make sense unless I was in 11th grade. Anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna say 11th grade, whatever. It might have been 12, but I think it was 11. I'm bad. Anyway, point being, it was the first day of school, but the 3 days after was which one? I know, I don't remember. Okay, anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. One of the two. Either way, there was like 2 days before the autism diagnosis thing where I went to go see a thing to get diagnosed for autism. Anyway, what happened was I was really nervous about that. And also, it was just still like really recent. You know what? Thinking about it now, I think it was 11th grade because I believe what happened was this was the year we came back to finally school, like in person, because the last year and like a half we were in online learning. So thinking about it, I think it was actually 11th grade. So what happened was, I was getting reused to the familiar, school level or whatever because it's been a while since I've been there. And what happened was once when I was going into class, like I believe, like right, it was around lunchtime. I think a little bit before lunchtime. I think it might have been actually when I was going to lunch. I fell down the stairs and I could like not even walk that much. I could kind of walk for like the first couple of hours, but it was like kind of like a limp thing or whatever. But as the day went on, it got worse. Like I could barely still move. And when I got home and I saw my leg, it was like a black, not black. It was like a purple dot on my leg, on my like feet here. Like this is right here. There was like a purple spot right here, and it hurt so bad. It was like, oh my god. So I did not go to school the next day. And I could still not even walk that well when for my autism thing. Like I could still, I luckily I got a little bit better by then, but it was like, oh my god. And it was because again I was getting refamiliarized myself with that, and I was dealing with the autism stuff. So so yeah, I fell down like and then like this one like really hurt, like oh my god, it was like uh uh yeah, I bruised it badly, like very badly. Oh my god, yeah. So that again, you could argue that's not a time I almost died, but still, especially with my experience with stairs, when what happened with my dad, it was kind of scary when it happened, and even after the fact with the bruise thing. Um, so yeah, I'm probably not gonna finish this apple. Well, I'm gonna eat. This is what I do with apples, guys. I eat a little bit around it, but usually I don't eat like all the way through to make it like super skinny or whatever because I don't like it like that. No, no one has bought my merch. My mom, my mom did think so. The merch looked cool, but she thought it was expensive, and I'm like I made it as cheap as I can. I wish I could. I can't make it cheaper because it says I only profit off the merch um oh, and also like I think someone like Caroline or someone thought the merch like there were other people that thought the merch was cool, but a bit expensive, and I priced it as low as I can. Like I only make like a couple cents of profit of that, but I need to make a little bit of profit. If I don't make any profit, they don't like that. So yes, I am talking about you, Caroline. um, by the way, Caroline, you want to know why I'm eating an apple? It's because Peepers became a YouTube member. That's Peepers on an alt account. So anyway, those are the times that I almost fell the stair. Two times that I fell down the stairs and I almost died, technically, in a way. Oh, your main account now? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway, let's continue on with the next story, which is actually a biggie. This is actually a biggie, another biggie. Um, so this happened a little bit after my dad passed away. I believe on actually like a month later. No wait, I'm thinking. It was very recent. Yeah, I think it was a month later, man. Or maybe it was a year later. I know at least it happened around December. Actually, it might have been a year later. Wait. Man, my memory, man. Uploading to now? Okay. I almost died too. My mom made me play outside to do something for the Switch. Me and my brother played for like 3 hours until we came inside to ask her if we could come in. My mom would go, wait, what? Oh, played for until we came inside to ask if we could come in. My mom said, go back outside. Boom. Oh my God. Right where you were? Oh my God. Yeah, if you have any stories of times you almost died, feel free to share it. I forgot to talk about that. Share times you almost died. It's fun. No, it's just interesting. You know, uh, okay, hang on, guys. I'm just almost finishing this. Also, it was a little bit after my dad died. This was right. It was in 2011, like in January. I think it might have started a little bit around December, but really it started on January. Anyway, what happened was, so this was a little bit after my dad passed away, and during this time, it was rough for the family. Me and my mom, we were by ourselves. My brother did not exist yet; he was not born. So it was just me and my mom. But then winter came, and winter came hard here in, I believe, Texas as a whole. Winter came hard, and it caused a lot of pipes to like break or whatever. It caused a lot of things to go wrong in the area. Like I believe in Texas as a whole, but especially the area I live in here. I almost died when I was 7 because I was at babysitter's. Mm, I'm just gonna read this on my own. What the heck? If that is true, then I hope everything turned out okay, like he got arrested or whatever. Okay, anyway. Um, what was I saying? Okay, so the pipes broke down. Everything was like really cold, and yeah, it was like very bad in here, like December, January, for 2011. I mean, he should have gotten arrested. I feel. Mm. I'm almost done with this apple, by the way. I kind of want to just get it over with right now before I continue. I mean, it's pretty skinny, right? I'm just eating an apple now. This had nothing to do with dying. Or almost dying. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this now. It's pretty clean, all things considered. I'm gonna throw it. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Also, I just wanted to clarify that the reason why I know this happened in January of 2011 is because my brother was not born yet. You know, I remember he was not born yet. He was born on October 2011. So, yeah. Hashtag big stream. Yeah, let's go. The emoji thing is like a super chat. Oh, do you mean like the gift thing? Um, do you mean the gift thing? That's like a new thing that YouTube added like last month or whatever. Yeah, I do profit off of it. I don't know by how much, but I would profit off of it at least to like some extent. So yeah. If you're talking about that, yeah, I do profit off of that to some extent, because it translates over to some sort of money or something. I don't know exactly how it works. I actually was asking about that last stream, if someone could test it out, because I was like I haven't seen anyone use it yet. Anyway, let's continue on with the story, shall we? So, what happened here was it was really cold. Oh yeah, Caroline, you got the thing for 5 months. What this is a thing, recognition that you've been a member for 5 months by doing absolutely nothing. You just been gifted it multiple times by like Nillis or whatever. And I have a setting turned on where you can send up custom message or whatever. So if you've been a member for like a month at a time, you know. Okay, you might test that out later. Okay, anyway, let's go on to continue on with the story, shall we? So really cold, whatever. It was horrible in January 2011, probably starting around December as well. And I got really, really, really sick. Like, so sick that my mom actually took me to the hospital. And we stayed there for, guess how long we stayed in the hospital? We stayed there for about a month. Why, might you ask? Because I had pneumonia. If you don't know what pneumonia is, I probably am gonna butcher it, but it's basically like a horrible, horrible thing that you can get if it's like really cold or whatever. I'm probably butchering this, you know. A lot of people have died from pneumonia. I think it's relatively curable, but you know, it's still like very dangerous. And I spent in the hospital for a month. And it was horrible in the hospital. I remember there was some nice stuff, you know. There was some nice stuff. I went to room, but it was like the main thing I remember vividly is I got like poked in the back of my back multiple times, and I still have it. I'm not gonna do it, you know. Oh yeah, let me show you guys my back, you know. But if I do it, you can still see the marks of when I got poked, because I got poked a lot for it. You know, that was horrible. But you know, and like also I believe my mom did stay in there with me the entire time. Maybe if she left real quick or whatever, but I think she stayed with me the entire time. But it sometimes didn't feel like it. It felt like I was by myself. Even though I'm pretty sure she was there like most, if not all the time, to with me. Like it just felt horrible. Probably because I think my mom had to stay at least a lot of the time outside of the room where we were at least when they were doing like some sort of test or whatever. My mom almost died when trying to help me make a project, so my mom is prone to clots. I don't know exactly what that is. And I had the project due. My mom went to the different stores, gave me stuff, but she couldn't take first steps without heavy breathing. She left later, found out she had multiple clots in her lungs. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Oof. I don't know exactly what clots are. Like, is it something that blocks your? I mean, I assume, right? It blocks something in your breathing. Also, I just want to check out. I want to Google exactly what pneumonia is, so I'm not like tucking out my behind here. Um, During her birthday. Oh my god, sorry. Oof. Uh. Well, it says here that it's an infection of inflames your lungs, air, pneumonia or whatever. Stuff for like bacteria, viral or fungal infection or whatever. This was caused because of the pipes breaking down or whatever. I don't actually think this was caused. Actually, it might have been because of cold too, right? Anyway, whatever. I'm not an expert on pneumonia, but I did have it, and it was horrible. I spent a month in the hospital. Um, yeah, worst part of. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully everyone's fine. Your mom's fine too, right, Caroline? Hopefully. Anyway, so I spent in the hospital there, and there were some nice stuff. Even though it was horrible a lot of the time, there was some nice stuff. I actually like a lot of the food in the hospital. Like there was actually some good food there. I also watched a lot of TV shows, specifically. What was it? The oh my god, the Sweet Life on Deck. There you go, Sweet Life on Deck. I remember watching that, and this was also the time when my neighbor came in and basically she stole her son's Game Boy Advance and she gave it to me. So I got the Game Boy Advance. I've shown it off before. I had a Game Boy Advance. I got it in the hospital for my I was almost gonna say for my birthday. It wasn't my birthday. Like as a hope you get well thing. But she stole it from her kid, so that was kind of funny. But so there was some good stuff. But overall, it was horrible, and I had to spend so long in the hospital, a month, that I believe I don't exactly know how this worked in school because I was in school at the time, right? I was in kindergarten, and I remember finally coming back one day in school, and everyone was like, "Whoa, where has you been? Where have you been?" Even the teacher. I don't know exactly what happened, if my mom like kind of unenrolled me for a bit, or if she just had a really good doctor, basically a good doctor's note. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I was not in school for a while, and it was painful, and oh my god, and like yeah. um so that's the major time I like that was pretty bad, pneumonia, having that for like a month. And again, this was a little bit after my dad passed away, so oh my god, my mom and also me and myself, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. My mom must have been even worse because oh my god, like within the span of like 2 months, this happens to her husband and her kid, like oh my god. But luckily I'm fine. I just still have pokes in the back of my head, like of needles or whatever, which you could see. Let me show you. No, like you could see it if I were to do it, but um. So anyway, that reminds me, there was this kid who hit me accidentally when he was throwing away trash. Of course, my mouth started bleeding from the inside out. I was stuck in the hospital for 4 hours. Before I was accepted at that point, my mouth stopped bleeding and I got a $1,000 popsicle. Well, that's nice at least. Oh, Also, I did not write this down actually, but I'll tell it because you actually did kind of remind me, Caroline. There was one time where I'm more so talking. I'm gonna be real. This most of this list is like times I got seriously injured or something. But I'm like these were scary, and a couple of times where I was like, oh my god, if I was in the wrong circumstance, it could have been like fatal. So this is a quick story that kind of relates. But in like fifth grade, I remember I have not written this down, so that's why I got reminded of it right now. Fifth grade, we were outside in PE, and it was like really windy outside. I had glasses on, but for some reason the glasses did not do anything. Wind like dirt got into my eye, and it stayed there for hours, like 12 hours. It stayed there for like a long period of time. Usually, if sometimes wind got in my eye, I would get it out like relatively quick, maybe in like an hour, probably less. But this one stayed there constantly, and I could like barely like see anything. I was just like this, and like it was like, oh my god. So what we did was, it was like around midnight. I told my mom, I can't do this. I can't, hang deal with this. So we decided to go to the hospital at midnight, and we went, and it took a little bit, and we finally got there, and luckily they did something like they put some sort of chemical on my eyes, and it got better. It started slowly to get better as a couple of minutes went by. But I did not go to school the next day, obviously, because it was midnight, and I went to the hospital. So yeah, that was the thing. Like, it kind of relates, kind of not, but it was like, oh my god, I don't know what happened that day. Yeah. Uh, W neighbor. Okay. So there's that. I had not written that down, so I just got reminded it from Caroline. So anyway, the next stories are even more times where I really didn't die, but in the wrong circumstances I could have. So the first one, I don't really have much to say about it. I just remember. Well, actually, I don't even remember exactly this. I just know my mom told me, and I have proof somewhere. Anyway, where apparently this is, I think maybe I kind of remember, but anyway, my mom told me this, where I was like a little kid, like I don't know, 3 years old or something, and she had a hair iron, because she irons her hair or whatever. Like she still does this like a lot, and she left it on and to the side, right? And I decided it would be a great idea to go and touch it, and I touched it, and I got burned like really bad. I believe where I got burned was like somewhere on my arm, somewhere here. I don't know exactly where. I think you could still see it somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where it was. But I got burned like really badly, so that was horrible. And I was like 3 years old or something. So I'm pretty sure I was three. Because four, I remember having more vivid memories when I was four. Like I remember I came to this house where I live in at 4 years old. I remember that. I remember a lot of stuff when I was four. Three, I don't really remember this, so I think that's when it happened. But that's kind of a story. I just talk about it real quick. Just to throw it out there to have a kind of cohesive list or whatever. Another time I almost died was I fell off a bunch of nails when sleeping. That was fun. Why were there a bunch of nails near your bed? Or was it near your bed? Why were there a bunch of nails near you, Caroline? If you don't mind me asking. Anyway, the next story is a little bit more meaty, but still not much. Where I have, so allergies. I'm sure you guys have some allergies, right? I have an allergies in that I am allergic to guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are, I did not know about this until when I was like 5 years old. It was around my time, like a little bit before my dad started to get seriously sick, where we went to go get a guinea pig. I think it was for my birth. It might have been actually for my fifth birthday. I think that actually might have been it. For my fifth birthday, they wanted to give me a pet, so they got me a guinea pig, and we hung around and played with it for like a couple of like and it was not even an hour, I feel. And like we were still in our, I remember we were still in our like clothes, like our clothes to like go outside or whatever. And I remember I was like having like some sort of reaction to this guinea pig, and my mom and dad were like, oh my god, what's going on? So decided to take the guinea pig back, and then we found out, I think we went to also a doctor real quick, that because it was like right nearby the pet store, and we found out that I was allergic to guinea pigs. So there's that, but that didn't stop me from having another guinea pig in around when I was like 10 years old, so like 5 years later, around that time. I don't remember why exactly this happened. I think someone gave my mom a guinea pig for, maybe it was a family member. Usually that's what happens. Family members just give us pets. That's what happened with my bird, Paquito. My uncle gave him to us. Well, technically it was my uncle's girlfriend's one, but she couldn't have it, so he was like, oh, you guys have it. So anyway, I think this is what happened with this guinea pig. And we had this guinea pig for like a considerable amount of time, for like, I don't know, at least like 2 weeks or something. And it was kind of irritating, but I really did like him. I really like this guy. I still even like to go near the cage, even though that was like even worse for me because of my allergies. But it was like, yeah. But eventually we got rid of him, and I probably never gonna have a guinea pig again because they really. I don't know how to speak. They really bring out my allergies like really bad. Like this was God. I still remember the feeling in fifth grade. In when I was 5 years old, it was like, oh my God. Like I had an allergic reaction like almost immediately as soon as we brought it home. Like, oh my God. Um. Oh, my dad was fixing air conditioner, but something else right next to my bed because was above my head. Much because I was 3, just so you know, he never fixed it. Oh no. That's oof. Okay, so there's that. And then the next story is yet again another one of these. Oh, kind of, so, in the wrong circumstance, I could have died. So, this is the last story, guys, unless I think of something else, but this is the last story. So, between the ages of 4 and like 6, for like I don't know, a year and a half, because we moved here around when I was 4 years old, and I remember not having them when I turned 6, so like probably a year and a half or something. My family had wolves, like full on wolves, like the wild animals, that that they're kind of known for being a little bit crazy or whatever. My family had them, specifically my dad. He really loved wolves, and he got I believe we started off with like 2 or something, and then they just started to multiply. Like they had kids, they grew up, they had more kids or something, and then also I believe he got more or whatever. So there's that. And I just want to bring this up because my dad, the way he did this was my dad was allowed to have these wolves by lying to the government, or like the city government or whatever. He was like, oh yeah, they're not wolves, they're like half breeds, they're like half wolf, half dog. But no, they were full wolves, they were full wild animals. But my dad was like, they're okay, and they actually were okay. They were pretty chill. I remember hanging out with a couple of them. They were pretty chill, but it was still weird. And if one slight mess up in their heads, I could have been a goner. Like, just thinking about that. So yeah, just thinking about that is like kind of terrifying that my dad did this. But eventually there were like too many wolves where my mom was like, okay, there's like so many. She decided to get rid of them. Like, I believe we got them. I remember going with her. We got them all in like cages, and if we let them loose in far away from like here in the city or whatever, like towards the desert. This is a desert where we live in, but where there's like nothing going on. I believe she set them loose there, and then my dad was like mad about it, like how could you? But this was around the time also when he was getting really sick, so yeah. But just thinking about it, the wolves, like I can't believe that my dad was like, oh my god. When I was like, again, like 4 to like 5, a little bit before I was 6, like that was okay, and they were okay, but still one false move in their brains, and then so to be honest, guys, that's pretty much it for all the lists I have here of the times I almost died. Unless I think of something else, I think this might start to wrap up the stream. But let me just think real quick. Let me stroke my tiny facial hair. By the way, I have facial hair, and I try to save it like every couple of days. It like grows frequently, you know. So let me just do this. My old cat Lucky hated me. Like I approached her and she scratched me like, buddy, what did I even do? And now she's dead. Oh no. I will give another thing. I'm pretty sure we have this now, but I did say this yesterday. I was pretty sure we had it, but just to be on the safe side, if you could donate like $1 someone, I would appreciate it. I'm pretty sure we have reached it by now, but you know, I thought the same thing yesterday, and that did not happen. But I'm trying to get to $100 on my YouTube channel to get Xenoblade X and something else next month. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get like 2 Switch games, one for Xenoblade X and then the other one for, I don't know, Mario Party. Although I was kind of thinking Breath of the Wild. I kind of want to re-get that game on Switch because it's just more comfortable to play that game on a Switch than a Wii U. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Playing it on Wii U is kind of like but you know, maybe I'll figure it out. I'll donate a skippity toilet. Of course you would. So yeah, I mean, do you guys have any other experiences of times you almost died? Before we start to wrap things up. Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I don't remember any other times. For me personally, I remember some stuff where it was like really bad for like my family. Like there was some crazy stuff that happened there. Like my mom and my little brother, he was premature. There was like some dangers going on with them when she was having him, you know. But that's not related to me at all. Well, it is in that I would have been affected, but you know, it didn't happen to me personally. And then I guess I could talk about this real quick. I don't really have much memory about this or experience, but I do know that my brother, in case you don't know, so this is how it works, my family. I have 2 older brothers or half brothers. They were from my dad and his other wife. My dad had like 2 wives before my mom. And the first wife he had 2 kids with. And one of them was basically just like me, but older. He had like this, basically he was exactly like me. He liked drawing. He like probably had autism for what my mom told me. Uh, Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. No. Anyway, but my other brother, he was kind of a criminal. He was a bad guy. I believe he went to jail a couple of times. And we don't know what happened to him exactly. Apparently, we searched him up and apparently he's dead, but that might be like a cover up. I don't know, or like but like from what we know, he's dead now. But you know, thinking about it, you know, having someone like a brother basically be this close to like a criminal record and be kind of crazy near me is kind of something. But again, does that really count? And I also don't even have memories of meeting either of my older brothers, you know, because I believe, well, the one that was just like me died before I was born, at least a little bit before I was born, and then the other one just never came to see me because he was bad. So yeah, and then he might be dead now. So I guess there's that, just to throw it out there. But otherwise, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what else we should do, or what else, if I can think of anything else, you know. Chopper's lore. Oh my god. I I mean, yeah. If I do that, I feel like it will be another thing where I'm like, oh, does this go into that? Because I talk about some stories I have in this video, even though it's about Splatoon. I don't know. I used to make that playlist. Again, the reason why I don't make a couple of those playlists is because my brain is like what counts as that? Like if I talk about a brief story in like my Splatoon video, should I put it in that playlist? Should I, or what? Call it story times or something? I have thought about a story time playlist, but again, that just brings up the thing that I was just mentioning. So I mean, yeah, anyway, I think that might be it. If anyone wants to donate one more dollar, I would appreciate it. I think we already reached the goal by now, but I don't know for sure. I feel like we did, but I was sure we did yesterday. So, um, yeah. But otherwise, I think that might be it. I don't know when the next stream will be, guys. There's like 2 more streams we need to do before stream 500. I don't know what those streams would be. I, mm, yeah, I don't know, man. I was thinking of doing something like or call. Why did I read that comment again? Anyway, what was I gonna say? That like I had an idea for one stream, but I can't remember what it was. For something this week, but I don't know if I would do it. But anyway, yeah, I don't really think I have much else to say. I think we should start to wrap things up now. I'm looking back at old community posts and the new Mario Kart thingy being called Mario Kart X. Mario isn't owned by Tesla, man. By Twitter, man. My God. Oh, by the way, there should be a new, speaking of the community post, there should be rolling out soon. There should be a new feature for YouTube where you can basically treat the community post where you guys can actually interact with it. Like you could actually make posts on it, like a Discord server, like a Reddit thing. I believe it should be coming out soon. I believe in some YouTube channels already had this feature. I should be getting it soon at some point. So if you want to have Discord or Reddit on YouTube, be on the lookout because there's going to be stuff. I'm actually really excited for that update. Yeah, I just don't know when it's going to happen. So, yeah. Anyway, before I forget, before we go, actually, let me write down. I have a list here of video ideas, and I have the list here of the times I almost died. Let me cross that out of the video ideas list because we did it already. Boom, check mark, we did it. So, yeah. Just checking, yeah. Guys, I still have like 12 video ideas, by the way. I don't know if you could even see a lot of them. A lot of these ones are actually crossed out already, but there's some that I haven't. And, I have a lot of video ideas. I'm getting to them slowly but surely. Speaking of videos, I'm probably going to work on... I don't know what I'm going to work on today. Maybe the stream highlights video or maybe the collective video on my PlayStation. My PlayStation 5 games or whatever. I don't know. Okay, I'm just closing it. And then I have this paper here of the idea of the times I almost died, which I'm gonna tear it. No, I'm gonna just throw it away. Is it a waste of paper? Maybe. Anyway, anything else before we should wrap things up? Before we go, do you guys have any last minute stuff to tell me or donate? I'm still trying to think if there's anything I forgot. I hope not. I hope I didn't forget anything. But watch me forget something after I end the stream and be like, oh my God, I forgot to talk about this time I almost died where I did this and that. And then it's after the stream ended, imagine. Oh God. Hopefully not. The first way I spelled skippity toilet was skippity toilet. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? I'm just trying to think because I don't want to accidentally like forget something as soon as I end the stream. But honestly, I feel like that might be it. Okay, honestly, I think that might be it. So I think I'm just gonna call it quits, guys, for the stream. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. It very much means the world to me if you do that. I would also love if you become a YouTube member or donate or Patreon or whatever. Give me money. I appreciate it. It lets me know like you care. But otherwise, you could like, and it also lets me know. But you could do that. But yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be. I think it'll be sometime this week. I don't know when, but it will be something. All right. I'll probably continue going back to play a game or whatever. So that's the thing I remember. I was thinking about doing the next stream be like, or the next one of the next two streams would be uh the Splat fan misspelled his name on Discord. Oh no. Anyway, I was thinking that the next stream would be the my brother plays Minecraft thing. You know, I've been doing a couple of the my brother plays whatever games streams. I think that might be the next stream or two. But I want him to get a bit better first. Right now he's a bit sick, so yeah, I don't know when that would be. So yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm done. Hopefully, I hope I got the money now to get Xenoblade X on Switch and something else. You know, hopefully, come on YouTube, don't screw me out of the percentage now. Come on. Anyway, see you guys later for another thing. Yeah. Bye.